Okay, so the first step in removing the trigger valve assembly on a Porter Cable nailing gun is to remove the trigger. So you remove the trigger by removing this pin. Now usually there's a little retaining clip on the back side of the pin, but I've already removed that. So you can pull this out, then you remove the trigger. You remove the trigger right here. Then the other thing that you need to do is to remove these two retaining clips. These two retaining pins are what holds the trigger valve assembly located here on the new type of nailing gun. The older type has a threaded trigger assembly, and you can use a socket to unscrew it. But on these, you just remove these two pins. Now, after you do that, after removing the two pins that hold it in place, the trigger valve assembly might still not come out. The reason being that it's stuck in there with gunk or whatever. So in order to actually make it come out, what you got to do is get yourself a grocery bag. You put the nail gun in here. Okay, so now we have the nail gun in the grocery bag, and the trigger should already be removed. I've left it here just for since I've already done this. Then what you do is you connect your air line into the to the quick connector on the back of the gun, and you open up the air. And what that's going to cause is it's going to make the trigger valve assembly pop out of the gun, and that's why it's in the bag, because it's going to pop out with a lot of force, and that way you can catch it inside the bag. You might have to jiggle it to come out even after you've connected it to the airline, so make sure you're wearing gloves if you're going to try to reach for the trigger valve assembly and move it a little bit to coax it to come out. Be very careful, because this thing will come out with a lot of force and it'll hit you if you're not careful. So that's how you do this. Thank you.